We tell these stories for our own edification, but also for the edification of others. And so what I want to do today is, after I tell you the story, then I'm going to go through some steps that you can do to give people a way to sort of digest the story. Okay, are you ready? From the Gospel of John, this is from chapter 7. So after these things, Jesus went about in Galilee, but he did not go about in Judea, because there the Jews were seeking to kill him. Now the feast of booths, the Jewish feast of booths, was at hand. And Jesus' brothers said to Jesus, "Go up to the festival. No one works in private when they're trying to be known. So go up to this festival and let your disciples see the works that you're doing." But Jesus said to them, "My time has not yet come. Any time is good for you, but the world cannot hate you. But my time has not yet come. The world hates me because I testified that its works are evil." And so Jesus said, "My time has not yet come. I am not going to this festival." So after his brothers had gone to the festival, Jesus did actually go. But he went privately. He didn't go publicly. And all around that area in Judea, people were murmuring and wondering, where is he? They were looking for Jesus. And some of them were saying, he's a good man. But others were saying, no, he leads the people astray. So these all happened in Judea during the Feast of the Booths. Okay, so as I tell this story, I'm going to have, it depends a little who I'm with, if it's a stranger or a group of kids, but I can usually use the same principles. And the first thing I do is I ask for a volunteer to tell the story back to me the way they heard it. Now, they're going to be shy, but usually there's someone in the group that'll do it. And they're going to probably miss things. That's okay. And one of the things I never do is I never criticize anyone for trying to tell the story. And I just applaud them. I say that took a lot of courage. Thank you for doing that. And then the second thing I do is I ask questions, but they're content questions. So for example, in this story, I say, "Who went to Galilee?" And they say, "Jesus did." I say, "Would Jesus go to Judea?" And they say, "No." And I say, "Why not?" "Because the Jews were seeking to kill him." So as they answer these really easy questions, it really gets people engaged. But another thing that it does is it fills in some of the holes that the volunteer storyteller may have missed. And the really brilliant thing about this is that while the volunteer storyteller is telling it, he's going to miss some things. And everybody else is kind of filling in those holes in their mind, and so they're kind of learning the story. And then when I go back and I ask these questions, it makes sure that all those holes are filled in. So then they kind of have a grasp of the story. And then what I do is I go into more deeper questions, which is kind of like we talked about last time, where people are kind of being asked cause and effect, or what is Jesus's characteristics, or these kinds of things. And these are to get the deeper treasures or the deeper meaning of the story. And then finally, we have to get some meaning or some application that people can actually apply. So I try to bring it to that point and say, well, what about you? Or how would you do this? Or if Jesus did it this way, how would you do it this way? And usually they walk away with something. Now, if they do, then my job is finished. And I get to go home and rest while the story follows these people and works in their heart and leads them to change and even getting more interested in the story. And so these are the great ways that I can get almost anyone to listen to this story, and I can use it. And without learning the whole book of John, I can have a lot of fun with just one of these small stories. So I hope you go out and try it. Go out and try it. I think you'll find that it is a formula that really works.